How we worked together at the Skunkworks and with our customer was absolutely critical to the success of that airplane. The airplane was a huge success. The program was a huge success. In the world of flight test, in the last 30, 40, 50 years, there's always been an aura of competition between the company pilots and the customer pilots, the Air Force pilot or the Navy pilot that's going to be getting the airplane. Ever since I started the testing business, I was a Navy test pilot for a long time, and then I became a civilian test pilot for Grumman, flying F-14 and A-6s, and it was always a us and them battle, you know. We felt like we could do it better as company pilots than they could. It was just kind of, I know, testosterone, ego, whatever you want to call it. It was always a scrap, and I learned from this experience that cooperation works a whole lot better than adversarial relationships. Kelly Johnson's, one of his basic rules was, we need to be allowed to test our product, otherwise we will never be able to, you know, advance our products in the future. So he felt like he needed a corporate knowledge in the form of pilot experience in the airplanes that he built. And the Air Force has always felt that they wanted to do all the flying. It's always been a compromise. If you have a combined test force, typically the company does fly the first flight of the airplane and does flutter and does structural and does all that stuff, but the operational aspects are done by the customer, which I think is a good way to do it. But there's always a little bit of a conflict. But we had a very unique individual in the Air Force, a guy by the name of Skip Anderson, who was running the Air Force side of the test force. He had a very unique way of calming us company pilots down. He provided great leadership, and he worked well with Ben Rich, the head of the Skunkworks, and they got along great, and we saw that, and we all followed suit. And I give Skip a lot of credit for that. We got along very well. John Beasley was one of the Air Force guys, and he was just one of the team. We were all teammates. One of the criteria for working at our remote location is you had to get along. If anybody didn't get along, you were out of there. So teamwork and cooperation were fundamental to the success of the program.